Right now, you're probably busy with your holiday plans, but with the new year just 1 month away, it is just 1 month away, it's time to think ahead, like where to go on vacation next. CBS News travel editor Peter Greenberg is here with some ideas, both exotic and close to home places where you'll get the most bang for your buck in 2013. Great to have you with us as always, Peter.
Good morning.
Okay, so the first one, we were talking about this yesterday, Tasmania. Huge surprise to people in our meeting.
It is. And you know, when I first went to Australia, a bit of history here, and I would mention to the Australians I wanted to go to Tasmania, they would say, why would you want to go there? Nobody goes there. I said, that's my reason for going.
You're going there to hide out.
It's only 150 miles off the coast of Australia. It's one of the world's largest islands. It's got everything. 18 national parks, 1,200 miles of hiking. It's got 7 different wine regions. People don't realize they make great wine there, mostly Pinot Noirs because of the cooler climate, and some of the most amazing dairies. If you like cheese, you go to Tasmania.
It's hard to find a place where nobody is anymore, too.
I know.
Your next spot is Wales in Great Britain. Why Wales?
Well, Wales is very much like Tasmania because it gets overshadowed by its other neighbors, you know, unless there's a royal wedding going on. Yeah. And the nice thing about Wales is lots of green space, lots of history. You see the castles there? They got more 12th century castles than you can imagine. Some of them still operating, some of them just you visit them. But it's really great. Lots of extra space and lots of great history there as well.
Both cool options, but it comes to money oftentimes for people when they're making this choice. How do you do it for less, and can you do it affordably?
You can. You go in the off season. I think the off season is a huge myth. You know when the off season started? When people in New York were freezing there, you know what's off, going, let's go there in February in the Caribbean. There's no such thing as the off season. We live in a different world right now. But if they want to call it the off season, that's when you go.
So when is the off season in these places?
It's right after the first of the year. I mean, right after the first of the year in Wales, and May, June, July in Tasmania because it's Southern Hemisphere.
What about flights? I mean, can you get cheap flights to these places?
You can. Tasmania is only a 1-hour flight from Melbourne on via Australia or Jetstar. They're very inexpensive, and a lot of discounted flights now to Australia because everybody's flying there, so you have competition on the route.
How about using Bing and Fairwatcher and services like that?
You can. You can use all those websites. I'll give you another one, Hipmunk.
Hipmunk, yes.
We talked about that. It's a very cool website that gives you different routings that you might not otherwise think about, and you'll save a lot of money.
That's Alexis Ohanian, the founder of Reddit.
Yeah.
Okay, so Malaysia is another one of your options.
That's a hidden gem. I mean, I'm partial to Thailand, but you know what? Malaysia is great. You talk about affordability. The U.S. dollar 3 to 1 there. It's accessible and it's well developed. And for something that people don't realize, it's the forefront of medical tourism now. They've got accredited world-class hospitals there that do cutting-edge work, to mention the aftercare and resort spots like you just saw on the screen. I mean, a heart bypass in this country starts at $50,000. There it tops out at $9,000. And these guys are all trained where? In the United States of America.
So you go to Malaysia for your heart.
And you also go to Malaysia to recover. I'm serious.
You've included Cuba on your list of hot spots. I've been there. It's a beautiful place, but there are restrictions to go there.
There are still restrictions, although there are a number of sanctioned U.S. agencies that can take you there on people-to-people programs. But the Obama administration continues to relax those restrictions. And let's face it, it's the elephant in the room. Let's talk about it. There's not a U.S. president that ever wanted to recognize Cuba in the first term because they were worried about the Florida vote. Well, guess what? Mr. Obama doesn't have to worry about the Florida vote in the second term. And presidents who are concerned about their legacy, I think this is part of what he wants to do. Recognize Cuba in the most appropriate way. You will see that in the next 4 years.
As a Badger, the last pick on your list does not surprise me.
Not surprising at all. I went to school in Madison, Wisconsin. I love this place. Most people just fly over it. They don't realize it's one of the best cities in the United States, surrounded by 4 lakes. Not only that, it's got the best farmers market in the United States, bar none. And you use it as a hub. 50 miles radius from Madison, Wisconsin. You can go antiquing every single direction you want. Great place.
It's also a bargain, relatively speaking.
It's a bargain, relatively speaking, and the food has gotten so much better there. When I first went to school there, the definition of sautéed was deep fried. Now they're cutting edge.
And they have cheese curds.
Yes, if you've never had a cheese curd, get one.
A reason to go in itself. Peter Greenberg, as always, thanks a lot.
You got it.
Thanks, Peter.